It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
What's up everybody, it's KhaotickChris from the KhaotickChris Show. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 reasons about why I think Halo Studios should have Halo 7 be the last Halo game of the current Halo saga, so Halo can be rebooted. So if you're a fan of Halo, whether it's reading the Halo books, enjoying making their own fan-made Halo projects, that either completely change the game or adds on to it, or someone who just loves to play the Halo games, whether it's the mainline Halo games or RTS games, and let's not forget Halo Spartan Assault and Halo Spartan Strike. Then you're kind of like me in the sense that you just enjoy Halo, you love Halo, and don't want to be disappointed by the next installment that comes around. What I hope to achieve with this video is to share my thoughts and opinions about where I think Halo Studios should go with Halo next, share what the fans want to see in the future, and see if anyone in Halo Studios is willing to make it happen. Alright, reason number 1. Finish Cortana's AI war story. Now, despite what some of you may think about reason number 1, I've always thought that Halo 6's story could have been more interesting if the main focus was more on Chief stopping Cortana's AI galactic war, than the story just being about what the Master Chief is doing on the ring, when the story could have been so much more than that. Like, 343 should have paid closer attention to how Bungie wrote the original Halo trilogy, and don't put the main character as the main focus, but put what his purpose is at the center of the main conflict that the story should be formed around. Like in Halo CE. Sound familiar? Reason number 2. Make Halo 7 an M-rated title. Halo needs to be marketed to not only its original audience, but its older audience. And I'm not saying that not everyone should get a chance to play Halo, that is, if you're someone who can't play M-rated games. But Halo Studios / X343 Industries needs to take that one big step forward in order to move on to the future of developing Halo games, to leave their mistakes in the past. Please, Halo Studios, do not take another big step back again, like you did with Halo 5 when you made it T for teen, and I think we should be appealing to the right audience for the future of Halo. Reason number 3, bring back the Flood. Please bring back the Flood in a FPS Halo title. Don't put it in a side Halo title with a smaller budget like you did in Halo Wars 2. Please bring back the Flood in a traditional Halo FPS game. Thank you. Now this reason is technically a part of reason number 2, but the importance of the Flood in Halo, especially when you're on a Halo ring in the Halo universe, is what makes a Halo ring a Halo ring. This is one that I think almost every Halo fan who played the original trilogy would agree on, and not in another RTS game set in the Halo universe, but in a traditional FPS mainline Halo game that has to do with Master Chief as a main vessel for the player to experience the story. You hear that, 343 Industries? Or should I say, Halo Studios? So far they're only a studio in name. But like, why 343 decided not to include the Flood in any of their games, especially Halo Infinite, makes absolutely no sense to someone who's a big fan of the franchise and has played every game on their original hardware. Please bring back the Flood in Halo 7, Halo Studios. Please. Reason number 4. Have more spin-off FPS Halo games. When it comes to Halo spin-offs, I think fans have, for the most part, lower expectations for a spin-off than a mainline Halo title. But what I think most fan expectations are is for there to be more FPS Halo spin-offs, than a completely different genre of games that feels like there are 10 or less people working on it, with smaller budgets that feel smaller than Halo 3 ODST or even Halo Wars 2. Just games that have such a small budget that they barely could even be considered spin-offs in my eyes, like Halo Fireteam Raven, Halo Spartan Assault, and Halo Spartan Strike. Like, I just want to see more Halo 3 ODST type of spin-offs, or something like Halo Reach, where it's another prequel. Or an elite-style Halo that tells more about the Arbiter, the Elites, the Jackals, the Grunts? What about the Hunters, Tartarus, or the Brutes? Like, we never saw what the Brutes' homeworld looks like, or where the other Covenant species came from. Remember in Halo Infinite where the game shows that the Brutes' homeworld was destroyed by Cortana? Like, we should get a game where we get to see the Brutes' homeworld before it was destroyed. Oh well, a Halo fan can only dream. Reason number 5. Have Halo 7 be the last mainline Halo game and reboot the entire franchise. So for our last reason, I thought it was important to combine these two together because Halo as a franchise needs to do two things in order to continue at this point. Or so I think. One, it needs to end, like it was supposed to be in Halo 3. 2, it needs to be rebooted because the games just haven't met fan expectations. So let's go in depth a little as to why 343's continuation of the franchise needs to end. So the first and foremost is the obvious. 343's Halo games just haven't hit a home run with Halo fans. Either the games have an identity crisis where the art style has to change for no better reason other than the developers thought it was a good idea at the time, which, spoiler alert, it wasn't. The gameplay has to be more like Call of Duty because COD started to outsell Halo, starting with Halo Reach, or that the game is broken right on arrival with barely any content to participate in the game at launch, like replacing traditional big team battle for Warzone in Halo 5. That revolved around the controversial loot boxes in the form of rec packs and rec points that you could buy with real money to appease corporate. So higher ups can get that big fancy pantsy bigger bonus that they obviously do not need, just to have a couple of extra zeros in their bank account. And the direction of the story, with Halo 5 ending on a massive cliffhanger that didn't deserve it. Then, by the time Halo 6 came out, 6 years after Guardians, it suffered from the same problems as Halo 5. Barely any game modes to play at launch, and hardly any new maps added to the game when the campaign was released 3 weeks after the multiplayer came out. Remember, the Halo Infinite multiplayer was released on the 20th anniversary of Halo, November 15th, 2021, and the campaign was released on December 8th, 2021. Just keep that in your mind. While deciding to not finish their story that they had planned in the last game, and just instead jumping ahead into a far better story that at first glance seemed better, but leaving a lot out from what happened in the last game. So just to point out, like, there was a 1-year gap between Guardians and Infinite, and the game never shows what happens in that 1-year time span. We don't see Cortana's war, we don't see the Guardians, we don't see anything. I think there's only one scene in the entire game of Infinite that showed the Guardians, and that's when Cortana destroyed Atriox's homeworld right in front of him over a hologram. So with all of those things factored in, maybe just wrapping up everything to have an end to the Halo story, just so we can start fresh, maybe is the best way to say Halo can make a comeback and be put back on top in terms of FPS multiplayer. With the lucky number 7 and the marathon icons that Halo is based around, I personally think that Halo 7 should be the last one in this trilogy. And have the next trilogy be not only better taken care of, but have a better life than the last 40% of mainline Halo releases that we've gotten thus far. More like 45% technically. So thank you guys all much for watching. I do apologize that this Halo video, my first one on my channel, isn't really a positive one. But this is something that I think has to be talked about for the future of Halo games. Because I am a Halo fan. I love Halo. I've been playing every Halo game on every original hardware that's been releasing for since 2017 or late 2016. I remember for the first time when I booted up Combat Evolved on my Xbox 360 and just was blown away by how good of a game it was and was just sucked right into it. Halo 7 will most likely be the last Halo game to come out before they start rebooting the franchise, which is exactly what they're looking like they're gonna do. But honestly, if there was ever a chance, Halo Studios, could you please do us all a favor and just make a spin-off title in Unreal Engine that takes place directly in between Halo 5 and Halo 6? Because that would really pile the pieces together, and I think it would make for a great series, a trilogy of Halo games, like a side spin-off titles of Halo games. Like that would be like so fucking cool. Like what Fallout New Vegas did for the Fallout franchise, and what Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach did for the Halo franchise. You know, just something to think about. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This is KhaotickChris from the KhaotickChrisShow signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe for more videos, and have a good day. Bye.